morning and welcome to Reproductive Systems Newsroom. I am Charlene Thompson Clark. During our special broadcast, we will explore the anatomy of the male and female reproductive systems and the differences that exist between them. We will also examine the path of sperm from the testes to the urethra. In addition, we will investigate the unique nature of mitochondrial DNA, specifically why it can establish maternal lineage but not paternal lineage. Finally, we will explore the physiological event that determines whether a female is pregnant or not. The aim is to help our viewers to develop a deeper understanding of the anatomy and physiology of the male and female reproductive system. We have Miss Stephanie Rivers over there in St. Anne's Bay reporting on the differences between the male and female reproductive systems. Miss Rivers?
Hi there, my name is Stephanie Rivers. Today I will be talking a little about the male and female reproductive system and how they differ. The male and female reproductive system functions by carrying out various processes necessary for sexual reproduction. These processes include the production and delivery of gametes. Gametes are sex cells. In female you have the ova, otherwise known as egg cells, and in males you have the sperms. Other processes include fertilization and embryo development. Let's look further at these two systems. So the male reproductive system is predominantly outside the penis. The penis and the scrotum is outside the male's body. The male reproductive system is designed for the delivery of sperms. Therefore, the primary role of the penis is for the ejaculation of sperms into the vaginal canal. The female reproductive system now, most of it is inside. So the vaginal canal, the ovaries and the uterus are inside the female's body. The female reproductive system is highly specialized to nourish and support a developing baby or babies after fertilization straight up until birth.
Thank you, Miss Rivers. We have Miss Donalisa Williams reporting live from Hopewell, Hanover. She will examine the path of sperm from the testes to the urethra. Over to you, Miss Williams.
Thank you, Mrs. Thompson Clark. So basically, I will explain the path of sperm from the testes to the urethra. So behind me, I have a diagram showing the path of sperm from the testes to the urethra. Where does sperms begin from? It begins in the testes. And in the testes, we have coiled tubes where the sperms are made. However, the sperms cannot fertilize an egg or an ova. It has to go through a process. It then travels to the epididymis, and the epididymis is like a comma right here. This is the epididymis. So the epididymis is where maturation process happens. This is where the sperms become mad, or where they become mature to fertilize an egg. And in an intercourse, the epididymis then push the sperm to the vas ductus deferens by spiritalis movement. The epididymis also stores sperms for several months. So we then move to the vas ductus deferens. It is like a channel where the sperms have to go through. So the vas or ductus deferens, go across the bladder. It travels across the bladder and to the ejaculatory duct. The vas ductus is connected to the tail of the epididymis, right here. It's connected to the tail of the epididymis and travels, as I said, over the urethra. The vas ductus is where This transports the sperms during an intercourse from the epididymis to the urethra right there. And it is also, it uses peristaltic movement. The epididymis and the vas ductus deferens stores sperms. It then goes to the ejaculatory duct, where this duct, it joins the vas ductus deferens. The end part of the vas ductus deferens is known as the ampulla of the ductus deferens, and the seminal vessel, which is this leafy thing right here, is the seminal vessel. It helps to neutralize the acidic environment of the urethra, making it safe for the sperms to travel through the urethra without harm. The ejaculatory duct, which is right here at the end, produce a seminal fluid before the semen is released. This fluid is telling the body that the sperm is ready to eject. So it reaches the urethra, which is right here. As I said, this is the bladder where the urine is contained. So right at this end, have a sphincter where when the person is ready to eject the sperm, it closes the urethra. So it reaches the urethra, which consists of 3 sections. The prostatic urethra, which right here is the prostate, reason why they call it the prostatic urethra. You then have the membranous urethra, which is right there before you reach the spongy penile urethra. And then the sperm or semen then travels through these urethras and then out, which is the external urethra orifice. External urethra orifice, which is the end of the urethra. And that is the pathway of where the sperms travels from the testes to the urethra. Back to you, Mrs. Thompson-Clark.
Thank you, Miss Williams. In other news, why the mitochondrial DNA can be used to establish maternity and not paternity. Mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, which is inherited from the mother, can be used to establish maternity but not paternity. This is because during fertilization, almost all paternal mitochondria and mtDNA are destroyed inside the fertilized egg, leaving the resulting zygote with only maternal mtDNA. The unique inheritance pattern of mtDNA makes it useful in determining maternity. As a child with mtDNA that matches the mtDNA of a woman who is presumed to be the mother is likely born to that woman. Therefore, mtDNA analysis can be used to establish maternity with a very high degree of accuracy. And now, on standby we have Miss Sonia Bowen over there in Hopewell, Hanover. She will help us to understand the physiological event that determines whether a female is pregnant or not. Over to you, Miss Bowen.
My name is Sonia Boyne, and I will be presenting on one specific psychological event that determines that a female is pregnant. One specific psychology event that determines that a female is pregnant is the implantation of the fertilized egg in the uterine lining. After fertilization, the zygote undergoes several cell divisions and form a structure called a blastocyte. This blastocyte then attached to the endometrium of the uterus, a process known as implantation. Implantation triggers a cascade of hormonal changes, include the secretion of human chorionic gonadotropin (HCG) by the developing placenta. The detection of HCG in a woman's urine or blood is a hallmark indicator of pregnancy as it signifies the success implantation of the embryo and the onset of pregnancy. Another key psychological event that indicates pregnancy is the cessation of the menstrual cycle in a non-pregnant female. The shedding of the uterine lining occurs in the form of menstruation.
Thank you, Miss Bowen. To our lovely viewers, we have an icebreaker for you this evening. The first person to call in with the correct answer will win 2 packs of condoms courtesy of Durex. Our telephone number is 1-876 Reproductive Systems. That is 1-876 333 1106. 1-876 333 1106. The phone lines are now open. The question is on your screen. The answer is mitochondrial DNA. Congratulations to our winner, Mr. Jordan Algram, over there in Spalding, Clarendon. We thank you, our valued viewers, for tuning in to Reproductive Systems Newsroom. I am Charlene Thompson Clark. Good morning.